Choosing your domain name. I know this is WordPress 101, but here's a few tips on choosing your domain name. It's not rocket science, but you might find these helpful. You can use a branded domain name, which would be something like your business or personal name or local brand or that sort of thing. You can use what is called a keyword-rich domain, or you can use, as the question marks kind of signify, pretty much anything, whatever else the heck you want that contains letters and or numbers. Not sure what the limitations are. I'm sure there are some somewhere. Here are a couple domains of mine that kind of are like that, wphowtos.com and myezwp.com. I chose them just because they're short, kind of catchy and easy to remember, and they have WP in there. It's not trying to rank for WP or anything, just because WordPress, of course, WP stands for WordPress. So having a keyword in your domain, does it still help? In my opinion, yes, it still does. Not like it used to back in, say, up to about 2013, where you could basically just get what's called an EMD, an exact match domain, and rank it just basically by having the domain name itself. And you could throw a bunch of affiliate links up there, have hardly any content at all, just maybe some banners and affiliate links, and your site would rank. And Google said, enough of that. So they came out with a algorithm, and it penalized sites that, not just because they were using EMDs, they don't penalize sites for that, but they do penalize sites that don't have good content. So having a keyword in your domain or as your domain still does help, but there is more to it than that if you're trying to get your site ranking on Google, as the saying goes. Now, if you have a local business, having the keyword plus your city that you're located in your domain name does give you a little boost. You do not have to do this by any means, but it still does help. So for example, that would be something like attorneyinsandiego.com or sandiegolawyer.com, that sort of thing, although those domains are most likely gone. Now, if you have a keyword domain that you're really trying to get in a .com, which is always the best choice, .com, you could try adding a modifier to the front or the back, like best, the, top, etc., etc. Kind of use your imagination to find the domain of your choice. If you really are set on a particular domain name and you can't find it in the .com, you could get a .net. That's always my second choice. .org is good for nonprofit organizations. There's a whole bunch of other domain extensions. There's even like a .ninja nowadays and a whole bunch of other ones. Now, as far as an e-commerce site, if you're wanting to build an e-commerce site, having a keyword in your domain can help, but it gets a little tricky with e-commerce. It's kind of the same thing I was talking about. People used to build sites called sniper sites, and they would build a site, for instance, called a blue-green extra small widget for men, widgetsformen.com. Where that would be a particular type of product, and it would rank, of course, for that product name. Google likes what are called authority sites now, and sniper sites don't tend to do too well anymore, but as with anything, your mileage may vary, so that is up to you. Do your due diligence. You can either purchase your domain separately or you can buy it when you buy your web hosting. Here's the place I use, Namecheap, to buy most of my domains. There's also places like GoDaddy and a bunch more. You can buy your domains if you want to buy them separately from your web hosting, but you can get it with your web hosting because most any web hosting company will be more than happy to sell you a domain name. And you can also use Namecheap just to do a little brainstorming because domain names have to be unique, so you can find out if your domain of choice is available just by coming to Namecheap and doing a search on here and doing a little brainstorming, like I said. Mike's Red Boat, we'll click on suggestions here. Here we go. Mike'sRedBoat.com is available for about $11 a year. There's a whole bunch more domain extensions like I was telling you before. So whichever way you want to go, buy your domain separately or buy it when you buy your web hosting. It's a good place to come just to do a little brainstorming.